welcome to DIY with Nancy. Today I'm going to show you how to prepare my favorite seafood, crab. I'm going to show you in 3 steps how to cook the crab, clean the crab, and prepare the sauce for the crab. Now I have a few different ways of how to prepare it or marinate it and prepare the sauce for it, but this is my favorite way of preparing it. It's the way my mom showed me how to make it. I know that all my friends and guests and family that come over love the marinade and the sauce for this crab, and I hope you love it too. So stay with me and let's get to cooking. Now for the ingredients, I have here 5 stems of fresh parsley, 2 stems of green onion, salt for seasoning, and here I have a 2.5 pound crab. Now to marinate the crab, once it's boiled, you will need 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of white ground pepper, 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika, which in Portuguese we call cludal. Here I have 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley, 2 tablespoons of pimenta moída, which is a hot pepper sauce, 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil, and 1 large onion diced. Now for the first step, I placed a large pot with cold water to start, and then I let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you're then ready to place your crab and your ingredients. So we're going to start off by placing the crab in the pot, and you want to make sure you put enough to cover the crab. And then I'm going to add the green onion, the stems of parsley, and I'm going to season the water. And I'm going to put about 1.5 teaspoons because it is quite a large crab. I'm going to stir in just the salt, make sure it's incorporated into the water here. I'm going to place the lid on the pot, let it come to a boil for about 8 to 10 minutes. And once the water comes to boil and the crab is cooked, then I'll remove it and I'll show you the next step. It's been about 10 minutes. The crab is cooked at this point. I'm going to turn off the heat. And here I have a bowl with a strainer, and I'm going to place the crab in the strainer and let it cool before I break the crab apart, clean it, and I'll show you that step. So you want to be careful when you're removing the crab. You don't want it falling back in and splashing. The water is really hot. I'll place it on the strainer. I'm going to let it cool so I can handle it, and I'll show you the next step. Now moving on to the next step. I have the crab that is cooled. I'm going to be breaking the pieces of crab and placing it into a large bowl. And here I have a plastic bag, which I'm going to place the pieces of crab that I'm going to discard and place in the waste. Now I'm using the sink here. This is exactly how my mom used to do it and showed me, so I'm going to show you the same way. So I'm going to start off by breaking the legs of the crab, just like this, and placing it in a bowl. Okay, now that I have the legs removed from the body of the crab, I'm going to remove this piece right here. Place it in the bag. And then there's 2 other pieces here, which I'm also going to remove and place it in the bag here. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to hold the shell and remove the body, is what I like to call it. And it can be a little hard, but there you go. So we're going to clean the inside. Now, personally, I don't keep the shell of the crab. However, my brother likes to place beer in the center and drink it. I don't like to do that. So I'm going to place it in the waste. And I'm going to remove, I call these the lungs. Ever since I was a little girl, I used to remove these and call them the lungs. So I'm gonna remove those, place them in the waste here. I almost placed it in the bowl of the pieces of crab. So you're going to clean it by removing these. And then there's the center here, which you're also going to remove. And the other side here. And then what I do is I like to clean the inside of the body of the crab before I break it. I'm gonna move this aside and I'm gonna rinse it with water. Just like that. And then I have another little piece here, which you don't need. Place it there, place the bowl back, and I'm gonna break the body in half. So this is the center of the crab, just like that. And there is where all the meat of the crab meat is. So I'm gonna place that in there. And I made one crab to show you. Normally when I make crab for the holiday season or New Year's Eve, I usually make 5 to 6 crabs. Today I'm doing one, and I'm gonna show you the next step and how to marinate the crab. Now for the next step, I'm gonna prepare the marinade for the crab. I have a separate bowl here, which I'm gonna place all the ingredients, mix it up, and then I'm gonna add it to the crab and then mix it all up and have the crab absorb all the flavors of these ingredients. So now I'm gonna start off by placing the olive oil. And this is only the measurement for one crab. And now I'm gonna add the paprika, black pepper, white pepper, the hot pepper sauce, pimenta molida, and I'm going to add the onion. And the parsley. I'm going to stir that all well. And this is it. This is not a cooked marinade. This is just a raw marinade that sits with the crab, and the longer you let it sit in the crab, it gives it some delicious flavors. It's fantastic. I'm going to stir it all up. Now, what I've done is I have the body of the crab, and what I've done, I've just taken a little piece, tasted it for salt. If you feel you need a little more of the salt, you can place it in this marinade, but the flavor is just perfect. I don't need any more salt. All right. Now at this point, I have a larger bowl because I want to mix it all up. I'm going to get my hands dirty. I'm going to place all the marinade in with the crab. Get it all in there. Now you can use a spoon to mix it all up. Personally, I was taught to use my hands, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix it all up. And that's it, my friends. The crab has been marinated with all these delicious flavors. I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'm gonna plate it and serve it. So I'm gonna let it sit for about an hour just so the flavors can absorb, and then I'll show you the next step. And here is the crab Portuguese style, ready to be served. Now, if you'd like, you can add a little bit more garnish of parsley on the top. I've just chopped some parsley, Some fresh parsley, just like that. Let it sit, absorb the flavors, and serve your guests. And there you have it, everyone. That's how I prepare my recipe for my Portuguese style crab, caranguejo, a moda portuguesa. It's very, very simple to make, very tasty, delicious. There are a few ways of making the sauce for the crab, but this one is my absolute favorite, and it's the most simplest way of making it. I hope you all enjoyed my recipe for Portuguese style caranguejo, crab, Portuguese style crab. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And at this time, I want to wish everyone a very happy new year. Thank you so much for all your support, your comments, your suggestions. I really feel touched because I know that you are taking your time for me, and that means a lot. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. So thank you. Happy New Year to you and your family. All the best of happiness and health for the new year. And in Portuguese, I want to say Feliz Ano Novo a todos, as suas famílias. Beijo grande e eu quero agradecer a todos pelo seu apoio, os seus comentários e o seu tempo de ficar aí a ver, o seu tempo para me ver fazer as receitas. So obrigado a todos. And in Italian, I want to say buon anno e tutti. And try this recipe. It's phenomenal, fantastic, and super delicious. And as you can see, very easy to make. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a great New Year's Eve. And until next year, take care, everyone.